Hi guys, Kyung here, and so we're going to be working with vintage stuff, and it's been forever. I've had quite the week. It's been quite the week. Anyway, so last week we did this guy, right? This awesome guy. He's so dapper. He's on his way to deliver flowers to his lady, and so I thought it would be fun on this page to do the actual lady, right? Like the actual house or the lady. So I have this. This is like an old piece of ephemera. It like came out of a magazine or something. Came out of like an ephemera pack. And I thought she was awesome. I figured we'd use her. She looks like she's like outside doing laundry and she sees him or something. I don't know. So there's that. I pulled that out. I pulled this book because I thought this would be nice to use. It has these gorgeous like illustrations in them, which I love. Stunning. Isn't that gorgeous? These are gorgeous. I learned about this book from watching like a Miss Paint-A-Lot video. I think Mr. F did some shopping and bought a bunch of books. So I sat and wrote down all the books and then went on eBay and bought a bunch. So I also have this piece of coffee dyed paper I'm going to use for like the main base. And isn't this awesome? I found this at the antique store and it didn't really have a price on it, so he gave it to me for like $3 or something, like nothing. He like really gave me a deal on it. And I thought we might use it too, right? There's this thing is so cool. It's got some interesting ads in it. Like, I don't know. Gravy Master, 15 cents. Anyway, so there's some stuff in here I thought, we could use. But I pulled out that book too, because if I don't see anything in here, I'm looking for like a house maybe or something, and I'm kind of not seeing that. That dates it, huh? Look at that. Soldier home from war. This is an X. That's a gorgeous picture, huh? A husband's always the last to know. What is the date on this? 1942. Wow. Anyways, so we have that we can play with. So yes, I've had quite the week. I was gonna really up my recording schedule starting this project, but then I don't know why I decided, but I decided I was gonna like detox and stuff. So I've been on like a detox. I've been only eating like good things and drinking water and blah blah blah, and I've just been not in the greatest of moods. You know how that is. When you want all the things that you can't have because, So I'm thinking, okay, I'll fold it here. So I've just been sitting around like watching movies. That's what I've been watching movies, not really doing anything else. Sleeping. I've slept a lot. So I'm going to cut it. Shall we do 2? Let's do a 2-inch flap. We'll cut this off, right? So we trimmed a little bit off the bottom. This is 8.5 by 11, just so it'll fit on the page. And then I cut a 2-inch flap, and I would like to stitch it. So I think I'm going to stitch it. Let me check and make sure. Look at that. We cut it all even and everything. So do we want it like that or do we want it like this? I don't really think it matters because we're going to do some covering of it. So let me stitch it really quick. I suppose I could just grab the sewing machine. Let me just grab Mr. Sewing Machine. And you're not really at the best angle, so let me move you. Ta-da! Okay, it's like magic. Okay, I'm gonna start. Usually like to start at like the bottom corner if I can be like conscious of that. I'm thinking I'll do a. How much bobbin thread do we have? Let's do a zigzag stitch because I think that'll be nice. And I'm gonna increase the length of the stitch and the tension too, so that it's like a larger stitch. Okay, no, well, not the tension. I'm changing the length of the stitch and how far apart the stitches are, right? Okay. So, onward we go. You know what? And I decided I'm not going to stitch down this part, down the fold. I'm just not going to do it. And you know what? Let's leave our little ends because isn't that cute? It gives that vintagey kind of, I don't know, look. Add some extra decoration without any extra fuss. Okay, and then just another one down here. And then I will stitch down this side. Okie dokie. Thank you, Mr. Sewing Machine. Okay, and we're back, and we have our stitched page. It looks nice, and I'm gonna glue it onto this page. Is what I'm going to do. Is it gonna poke out a little bit? Oh no, we're fine. We're fine. Okay, I want to ink it. Let's grab the correct dauber. It's got little pieces of paper on it or something. So, anyways, look at my hands. Aren't they bad? They're all red and raw. I don't know what's going on. So, to make things easier, I'm actually going to take this stuff out of the pocket. Right, our time card and our awesome Davenport Hotel letter head. That'll also make things flat and nice. So, I'm just going to do it like proper, right? Right on my mat like this. So, oh, I wanted to mention, you know, I'd stitch. I use the sewing machine because I like the way it looks. But the truth is you don't have to have a sewing machine, right? You don't have to use a sewing machine. You just glue. I didn't use a sewing machine for a long time. You definitely don't have to have it, you know. It's not an absolutely needed thing. Okay, so we kind of have like double stitching going on, right? We've got this stitching and that stitching. So thinking I'm going to glue it all the way at the top and cover this stitching. And then down here at the bottom, you know what? Let's do it from the bottom. And then at the top we can put some lace. And cover that stitching at the top on this, right? This double stitching up here. Because I don't like the way that looks. Because we already have this nice stitching on our pocket. Okay, hopefully that's better. I don't know. I kind of turned the light down. I felt like we were kind of, I don't know, maybe it was like washing everything out. I don't know. Okay, well, I guess I'm using my art glitter glue. That's what I'm using. It's too late now. It's on there. I don't particularly like to use it with the stitching because it just soaks it up. And it dries so fast anyway, you know. So a lot of times if I glue stitching, many times I use the Fabri-Tac. So my husband took me to a pumpkin patch. I have not been to a pumpkin patch since, I think it's been over, let me think, over 25 years. Definitely over 25 years since I've been to a pumpkin patch. So it was so fun. And my first time ever going to a corn maze, like a cornfield maze. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. It was a little challenging. You know, it was fun though. It was good. I had a good time. It was good for me. The weather was perfect and gorgeous. Okay, so I want to do some lace, I think, along the top here. I'll grab my lace bucket. Let's see, what do we have? I have some coffee dyed lace. That might look real nice. Should we do that? Oh, I have to kind of get up, but that's fine. Ta-da! Coffee dyed lace. So, let's see. We've got this one is a little thick. But I like that. That looks nice. Let's see. We have this one. Oh, that one's almost perfect. We have a little bit of a thinner one. That might even be better. Then it won't interfere with our pocket, right? Okay, so we're going to attach it from here to here. So I made a whole chicken the other night. I roasted a whole chicken. I put the whole thing in the oven. So that was good. That was fun. I've done that before. I've roasted like a whole chicken before, but again, it's been many years since I've done that. But it turned out really good. Well, I don't know. It was kind of interesting. I used, so Matthew got like the seasoning packet right from the store that was like for like chicken. It's like a chicken seasoning. And so I used that. I just like, marinated in that, and then I, roasted the chicken. And I don't know, it came out tasting like curry, like Indian curry. Like, it was really interesting, like, which is fine. I mean, that's good with chicken. It's not, but I wasn't expecting it, So when I went to eat it, it was like, and my husband even said, he was like, I don't know, it's got like a familiar, and I told him, I was like, it's Indian curry. It tastes like Indian curry. And he was like, yes, oh my gosh, that is what it tastes like. It was really weird. But that's not what that's not what it was like. It was just advertised as like, chicken seasoning, like whatever. And then, like an all seasoning, chicken seasoning. And on the back it had all the different seasonings listed, So I don't know. It tasted like curry though. So anyway, moving on. Oh, look, this fits perfect. We'll back it. We might have to cut. I might, trim the edges a little bit. Trim them down. Right? And then, we'll stick it in there. Awesome. And we'll put, let's see. I've got things flying. Okay. Put that there. Put this up here for now. I want to mat this or whatever, right? Put something on it. Something that's like her front yard, like her garden, her front. She looks like she's in the front doing the laundry. Oh, look. This one has a house. So that's a definite maybe. I'll keep my hand there. I love this one. Well, we can't use that because I would have to use that, and we cannot cover up because we can't waste that one. That's not an option. I like the road. There's the black and whites. Oh, look at the sheeps. We have sheeps. I love all these little poems and stuff. These will make great like journal cards and stuff. Oh, the dandelions. That's gorgeous. More sheep. Oh, the lavender fields are gorgeous. Maybe they're bluebell fields, since it was like about bluebells. Bluebird. I saw the bird, and so I thought bluebird. Ooh, yellow flowers. That's pretty, kind of autumn. These horses. That's legit looks like Edith Holden. Don't those look like the Edith Holden horses? I mean, I can tell they're different. They're not the same, but they definitely look like them. Wonder if they were kind of inspired by that. I really love that. That would be great for like a Wild West journal. I'm gonna have to do a Wild West journal soon. I need to do like an Oriental journal. I have a ton of Oriental stuff saved up that I've gotten. Look at all this autumn stuff. I loved that scarecrow. Ooh, we made a scarecrow. I've never made a scarecrow before. So I got to make a scarecrow. There was one place that we were going to have that we were going to go to that had a pumpkin patch that had apple picking, which I thought would have been so fun. But the apple picking was done. It was like over. They were like, we have no more apples. Chickens and roosters. Ooh, poppies. Well, I don't know. I'm not really seeing this is kind of the only house, and I'm not wasting those dog roses. I kind of like the sheeps. We could go with the sheeps. You know, we would be using up those foxgloves, but I'm just going to rip it out of there. Oh, it's always so exciting. Ripping a page out of a book. I know so many people have a hard time doing that. They're like, no, it's a book. So look at how short the pages are, right? So we're going to have to think about that. I'm going to have to think about that. Let's just dig in. Let's just cut off our border. Right? Maybe we'll put torn bits of music paper or something. Right, because I've got vintage music paper that we could use. We have stamps we could put down. I don't really want to go with stamps because this is kind of, it's a little more naturey. I'm trying to think about what I want to do, how I want to do it. We could do them in like sections. We could like collage it. We could collage it. Let's do that. I know I took all that time and cut the border off. Now I'm just going to rip it. Just going to rip it. Now I'm going to rip it here. That should be right. Let's get our sheeps. I don't want to rip. We'll rip this flock back here in half, but we'll keep these guys. Okay, let's rip from here. We'll get sky up in here, like this. Okay, great. Let's rip this piece. Why is the dog barking? It's like late. This dog will never allows me to do anything. She really doesn't. If I come down here and try to craft or anything, oh, she goes nuts. She just stands up. Not like she can't come down here. I don't know why she just doesn't come down here and hang out. Like she can't come, you know, right up next because I have my little area like fenced off because I can't trust them. I just can't. They get into things and I just need everything to be clean and dog free, and you know how it is. I'm like that. Especially with a shepherd. I mean, she really sheds. So I don't want it over here. All right, awesome. So we've got this. Let's rip this sky, and we'll rip this like this. Okay, we'll keep this together like this. Let's grab some music paper. Look at this. I have a sheet of this left. Isn't this gorgeous? And it's so thin. I can't, because look, I tried to fold it to go put it in like a journal. It's too thin. It's so fragile. It just rips. And so it'll be great for collaging. So let's just rip it. It's stunning paper. So I'm just going to rip little tiny bits of it. And I'm going to glue it places. Right, always collaging. Well, that's the solution, I guess, to our problem. I wasn't going to do that tonight because I did that last time. But what can you do? I'm going to grab let me put the top on this glue, or we're going to have problems. I already know, right? The trick with art glitter glue, I'll tell you. Keep the lid on it. Always keep the needle in it. Don't ever let it sit without its needle. Or its lid, or its whatever. Okay, I'm just going to use my glue stick. So we're going to put a piece here. Again, I'm not going to be particular. I'm just going to... Am I ever? All right, let's see. What do we have? Let's put this one here. Oh, I didn't even need to put this here. Well, can we get that off of there? No? Do I want to ink it? I don't know. Probably. I'm thinking definitely ink these pieces. I don't think I'll ink the music paper. Again, it's very fragile. But I'll ink these ones. I'm thinking maybe I'll also, instead of, because again, this is not that thin paper that like this music paper is. These ones I will put down with art glitter glue, because I don't want them coming up. I don't want to have to go over it with gesso. I like that though. I think that looks nice. Should I put this one down here? Perhaps. We'll put a little bit of paper here and there. Oh, look at this. Look at us multi-gluing. Using different kinds of glue. Not that that's, I mean, like, one doesn't need to use multiple types of glue. I just am. Mostly because I'm saving my art glitter glue. I don't like to... I really like that. I like that. Okay. We're getting somewhere. It's turning into something. Ooh, speaking of apple trees, I was thinking I might grow some apple trees. I was thinking I might plant some because I seem to do good with trees. I did really good with my plum trees, right? They're doing really well. And I planted that aspen tree last year, and it's also doing really well. I don't know if I'm in frame or not. I really do apologize if I'm not. I'm really sorry. Okay. We want these sheep. I'm going to rip it here. Rip this piece. Let's rip some of this off. How about right there? Let's put some sheep right here. So, yeah, I think I'm going to plant some apple trees. And then maybe one or two. And then I was thinking I might try to do some berries in the spring. You know, I have plenty of time, but I didn't really get to do any gardening this year because We didn't get that fence fixed. And I gotta have a fence up to keep the dogs out before I can get a garden up, because, again, they will... They're a menace, I tell you, a menace. All right, let's put down some of this. Put that down here, and this one right there. Let's see, what else do I know? I don't know if I told you guys, but my jam turned out really well. It's been a while, so I don't know what what I've talked about and what I haven't. But I do know I went to the pumpkin patch. Oh, I think I'm going to learn first aid. I'm going to start learning a little bit of first aid. I think that's a good thing to know. I don't want to be ever in a position where I feel like I could have saved someone's life, or someone is hurt and I don't know what to do. Like, I was thinking about that, right? Like, what would I do? Like, I don't know. I don't know because nothing. Like, what could you, because I don't know. Like, I've taken CPR before. Like, I know that. So I know what to do if someone is like choking or something, but like, don't know. What if someone like got really injured, and they were like, I don't know, you get scared, like, do I move them? Do I not? Do I, and so you run for help. I don't know, and I was like, I would like to like look into and learn some good first aid. I think I'm going to do that. I'll like look into like some really good books and just do some like self-studying, just pretend like I'm taking a college course and get a textbook or two, right? And go through it, and there we go. Learn some first aid. I think it would be kind of fun too. Something new to learn. So we have our little pocket, and we have our collaged little, pieces. I'm thinking let's put like some stickers or something on there. Let's see. Let's look at this stuff. The stuff box. So we have a mushroom. I kind of like that. We have these flowers. We have these little cards and stuff. What to put in there? Or on there? Look at this cute little package. Isn't this so cute? It's so cute. I'll put it on the cover of a journal at some point, of some kind of journal. We have a flower. I kind of like the flower. Little like landscape and map stickers. I think those are stickers. I don't know. Just random pieces, just kind of random stuff. A bug. A bug. Monies. A feather. Ooh. Doesn't really go. Just kind of, I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. I like that flower. Kind of like that flower too. We could just do that. That's, I don't know, what do we think? Like that. Put those 3 like that. What do we think? I don't know. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's not overthink it. Let's not, second guess ourselves and all these things. Let's just put it down, right? They were pulled out. They want to be used. And again, who am I to argue? Put that guy there, and this mushroom. We will just ink him a little bit so that he blends in better. Yay! I love that mushroom. I don't know, it just really goes. So I'm not unhappy with these like flowers, right? It's like she's outside, right? She's out in her front yard, right? Doing the garden or doing the laundry. She's in her garden doing the laundry. There we go. See? So I'm going to trim up. I'm going to leave a little bit of the white border. Just a tiny tad. A tiny tad. Right, so it's not so stark that this is left, because I'm going to leave that down at the bottom. All right. Now let's back it onto a piece of cardstock for sure. Here we go. I've got this piece of craft. Let's do that instead. So I'm going to ink it, and I'm not going to cut this paper until after I've glued on my... Because I think I might just fold the paper and then trim it and give extra journaling space. I always like to do that if I can. Always like to give extra journaling space if I'm conscious of it, and I just inking the edges. All right. So yeah, my allergies have been real bad. And they only ever get bad. They only ever get bad during this time of year in the fall. Always in the fall. I don't ever get it in the spring or in the summer. My sister does. But not me. I just only ever in the fall. And it's only ever just like itchy eyes. Like my eyes itch real bad. And I sneeze. I sneeze. It's terrible. I mean, I suppose of all the things to complain about allergy-wise, that's not the worst. My poor sister, she gets pretty bad. It'll get pretty bad for her. But for me, I just get really itchy eyes and itchy nose, and I sneeze a lot. Okay, let's see. Trim this up. I'm just trying to make sure that it's all lined up even. Because this cutter, don't do that. Just cut nice. Don't catch or nothing. Good job. Good job, Mr. Cutter. Thank you. All right, I'm going to fold it. So my trick to folding it straight is that if you follow your line, if you cut it straight anyway, it has to be cut straight. If you line it up along one of the lines along the bottom, it should fold just straight, right? There we go. So I'm going to leave it like that. Ta-da! And then instead of just a journaling card with a back, it has this whole little concertina business going on. This is a thin craft. You can kind of even see my art glitter glue. That's kind of rare. Let's ink it and stencil it. That'll help. Then you won't be able to see, because it's only just barely coming through. It's kind of a thin craft paper. And it is A4. You know, it's funny. I ordered it to be 8.5 by 11. It said on the package, 8.5 by 11. And I don't mind A4. I don't mind A4 at all. It's kind of gives you more paper to work with, to be honest. But, you know, in the US, standard size is 8.5 by 11. So I order all my paper 8.5 by 11. And when it came, I was like looking at it and I was like, this does not look right. This looks longer. Right, it's like longer than 8.5 by 11. And yep, I measured it, and sure enough, it was not 8.5 by 11. It was definitely A4, which is like, I think it's shorter than 8.5 by just a little bit, but then like longer than 11. It's like 11 and something. I don't know. Don't quote me on these things. What stencil are we going to use? Why this one? Of course. Of course. Of course. I'm going to use my brush. My brush works better with stencil, I've noticed, than the dauber. The dauber likes to catch on like all little pieces, especially because this is a homemade, really thin stencil. I used like just an acetate sheet. And it's held up really well, especially over here where I have the acrylic paint because it like reinforced it. Okay, I'm just going to put some here and some down here. Look at how thin that stencil is. It's okay. It works. Watch. Ta-da! Oh, it looks good. I'm happy with it. I use this stencil a lot. Yeah, I cut it using my Cricut. Geez, over 2 years ago. I've been using the stencil for over 2 years. Can you believe that? It's lasted me well. I bought some actual stencil-like material that you use to, like, you know, cut stencils. I forget what it's called. Mylar? No? Yes? Maybe. It's kind of expensive, and so I haven't used it yet. I need to set up my Cricut, you know, before I use it. So that looks much better. You can't even see anymore. That there was like a little bit of like glue wrinklage from the other side of this. Can't tell at all. I feel like this needs to be done now. Of course. So what else do I know? That's kind of it. My garden journal is done. I'm going to do a flip through of that tomorrow. That will definitely be up tomorrow. So, and I'll list it too. A pretty bird garden journal. I've had so many wonderful, amazing suggestions for names, and I can't pick one. So I'm going to put them all in a hat or whatever, and then pick one. And that'll be the name of the journal. I thought that might be fun. Okay, let's grab my stencil again. Ta-da! I'm sure I'm all down off camera again. What can you do? I'm not paying attention tonight. Okay. Oh, that's right. I was going to use my brush. I'm like, why is this not working as good as it did? Because I'm using my... It also tears up your dauber. Look at it tear. It's tearing it up. Okay. But we've got some stencil. We've got some stencil going on there. Okay, just one more. Did I already get this? I feel like I already got all this. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. I did now. There's some ink on it now. Ta-da! Our cool little journal concertina journal card thing. And will you fit in here? You're going to want stitched. It's going to want stitched. It's going to want stitched. Look at it catch. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go through and I'm going to stitch it a zigzag all the way around my image on my thing, and then I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back, and it's stitched. So, yeah, my bad. It's the reason why is because I decollage cut it, right? So it has that rough edge. So when I glued it down, it has all those little pieces that want to catch on the pocket. So I had to stitch it. So my bad. I shouldn't have decollage cut it. I should have just cut it out and then attach. But anyway, now we know. Now it'll go in there. Look at that. It won't like catch on those little pieces. Wonderful. I kind of wish she was standing on this side of her laundry, but that's okay. There she is. Isn't she fabulous? The lady next door, or the lady that's going to be delivered the flowers to. Right? That's what's going on. He is coming to deliver flowers to this lady right here. This is his lady. Anyway, that's it for today. I had lots of fun, actually. I really like the way our pocket came out. I don't know. I was just playing. So I didn't really have anything planned or anything. But as normally, that's usually how it goes. I will have a flip through of the finished garden journal up tomorrow. And I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will talk to you later. Bye.